In this video, we're going to take a look at string slicing. And what string slicing allows us to do is access a range of elements in a given sequence. So we can access a range of elements, for example, in a string. So let's start by just recapping what we did previously with indexing. If I set a variable called word to equal the string goodbye. If we wanted to access the first letter, we could do this by putting word, then square brackets, and then putting reference to index 0. When I run this, you can see we return G. Now let's say we didn't just want to access one letter, but we wanted to access the first 4 letters. How can we do this? Well, we follow very similar syntax in that we put the object we want to refer to, in this case the variable word, which stores the word goodbye, and then we open square brackets. Now, if we wanted to access the first 4 letters, we know that we want to start at index 0. So we can start by putting 0. We then have to put a colon, and the second number that we refer to is the index in which the range will go up to, but not including. So if we wanted the first 4 letters, i.e. G, O, O, D, well, D is at index 3, so we'd need to put 4 after the colon. So we put word, square brackets, and then pass 0, colon 4. When we run this, we bring back the word good. Now it's worth noting for cleaner syntax that if we ever start at the very start of a string, we don't actually have to put in 0. So we could achieve the same result by putting word, opening square brackets, then putting a colon, and then 4. We bring back the same result, which states good. Now, can you think of another way that we could obtain the word good? If you're thinking maybe we could use negative indexing, you would be correct. So we could also put word, open square brackets, and seeing as we want to start from the very start, we can just simply put a colon, and because the second number would refer to the element that we go up to but not including, we can put -3 after the colon, because -3 is in reference to B in goodbye. When we run this, we also obtain the word good. Now maybe you want to store this result in a new variable. So if we wanted to store good in a new variable, we could for example create a variable called new_word and set this equal to word, open square brackets, and put colon 4. When we now take a look to see what's stored in new_word, you can see we have the word good, which can now be used in other parts of our code if required. Now let's say we wanted to obtain the last 3 letters from this string. We could put word, open square brackets, and seeing as we want to start with the letter B, we need to put index 4, because that's where we're starting from. Then we can put a colon, and then we'd need to put index 7 because the second number is up to but not including that element. And seeing as the letter E is at the 6th index, we would therefore need to put 7. When I run this code, we bring back the word bye, but in a very similar way to the previous example where we didn't need to put 0 if we're starting from 0 index, we can also remove the last number, so we can put word, square brackets, 4, and then a colon, and this means that we'll start from the 4th index and we'll go up to the very end of the string. And you can see that when we run this, we also bring back the word bye. Now, can you access the word bye by using negative indexing? What do you think you'd need to put? Well, seeing as we want to start from the letter B, which we know is at -3 in this string, we can put word, open square brackets, then we can put -3 and simply follow this with a colon, which means we start from that letter B and go all the way to the very end. So this is another way of being able to obtain the same result. Now, seeing as the omission of the start number will mean that you start from the beginning of the string, and the omission of the second number would mean that you end at the end of the string, we can simply put word, then square brackets, and a colon, which would then just obtain the full string in its entirety. So when I run this code cell, you can see that we return goodbye. And this is useful if you don't know how many letters are in a given string object. Now there is a third number we can pass into the slicing operation, which pertains to step. So let me give you an example. If I start by putting word and then opening square brackets, and then passing in index 1, followed by a colon, and then index 6, which means we go up to but not including index 6, we bring back the letters OOD, B, Y. Now we can also pass in a third integer, which will enable us to skip specific elements in a string. So if I follow this 6 with another colon and then put the number 2, what this will do is start at index 1, so the first O in the word goodbye. We then skip the next letter because we're going to be selecting every other letter based on a step size of 2, so we then get D, we skip the B and we bring back Y. We then skip the E, and because there are no letters after the letter E, we bring back O, D and Y. Now this step size can be any step size you want, but just know that if you do put a third number into the slicing operation, it will skip elements accordingly. So let's now change things up and set a new variable called numbers, and we'll set this equal to a string with numbers from 1 to 9. So if I were to ask you to create a slicing operation that brought back the even numbers only, how would you go about doing this? Well, let's take this step by step. First of all, we need to put the object name, so we need to have reference to the numbers variable. We can then open square brackets, and we know that we want to start from index 1 because this is where our first even number resides. So we can put 1 followed by a colon. Now, seeing as we want to go all the way to the end of the string because we want to bring back every even number, we can simply leave out the reference to the stop position, which means we can put another colon. And finally, because we want to access every other number, because this would then pertain to an even number, we can put 2 as the step size. When I run this code cell, you can see we bring back 2, 4, 6, and 8. Great, and another little tip I'd like to share with you is how you can actually reverse all the elements in a string object. So we can put numbers in this example, and if we open up square brackets and try to obtain the numbers in order from 9 back to 1, we can first of all put a colon, which means we start at index 0. We can then put another colon, which simply means that we're going to go all the way to the end of the string. And to reverse the elements, we can actually have a step size of -1. When I run this code, you can see that we get everything in reverse order. So we can have negative step sizes, which reverses the order in which these numbers come back. And let's say we wanted to do this but only for the odd numbers starting from 9 going back to 1. I could put numbers, open square brackets. Seeing as we want the entire string to be considered, we can put a colon and then another colon. We can then put -2. And this means that we start from 9 and we go back in increments of 2. So we start with 9, back to 7, back to 5, and so on. So plenty of things to remember here in slicing operations. Put simply, we need to put reference to the variable that stores that string object, and then we can open square brackets. The first number we refer to will be the starting index that you're accessing the range from. We then follow this by a colon. The second number will be the stop index, which you will go up to, but not including. That's the key part to remember. You will not be including that index in your returned output. You then have the option of a third input, which pertains to step size. And if you wanted to use this step size, you'd put another colon, and then you'd put your step in accordingly. You can include positive numbers, you could use negative indexing, practice creating your own strings of different lengths, and try to obtain different parts of the string that you want to target.